So this video is for Friday, March 19th online and for Monday, March 22nd online. And this is practicing volume and surface area of prisms and cylinders. So let's get started on this. So this video is meant for you guys to watch if you're having trouble with any of these or if you want to double check your answers, okay? So on this, when I am doing this, let me first just kind of go through these and kind of make sure we understand what the base is. So the base on this one is this triangle, okay, because we have the top and bottom are the same base. So I'm going to find the area of the base times the height. This one, we have a pentagon, okay, a regular pentagon. So again, the top and bottom of this is a regular pentagon. Find the area of that pentagon, times it by the height. Number 3, we have a cylinder. And so we have the top and bottom are circles. So you're going to find the area of the circle, times it by the height. This one is kind of standing not on the base. This bottom is not the base. Prisms have to have the top and bottom be exactly the same base. So the base is actually going to be this trapezoid because the back side of this is the trapezoid also. So if this was laying flat on this trapezoid, you got a trapezoid here and you have a trapezoid on the back. Those are the bases. So we're going to find the area of this trapezoid and times it by this 2. Because that's really the height. Number 5, another cylinder. So we've got the circle. We find the area of the circle, which is the top and bottom bases, okay? Find the area of the base, which is the circle, times it by the height, 10. On number 6, this is actually a cube. So it could stand on any side, but let's say that I'll do it like they have here. We've got the square, okay, top and bottom square. So we have a square-based prism, which is basically a cube. And on number 7, this we have a hexagon, hexagonal-based prism. So this right here is going to be the area that I need to find of this hexagon, times it by the height, 8. On 8, this one also is one that's not laying down on the base. This is not the base. The base is this triangle because you see we have a triangle here and we have a triangle there, okay? So this is a triangular based prism, okay? So this and this are the two bases that are the same. Find the area of this triangle, times it by the height, 11. On number 9, we have a rectangular prism. So we're going to find the area of this rectangle. And we're going to times it by the height, and the height is 8. Okay, so that's our game plan. So if I go back to number 1, so the area of this triangle, okay, I'm going to take base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to take 2 times 2 divided by 2. So that gives me 2. So this is going to be 2. And then I'm going to times it by this height of 4. So I'm going to go 2 times 4, which is 8. So this is going to be 8 yards cubed. On number 2, I have to find the area of the pentagon. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a triangle, one of the 5 triangles that forms that pentagon. This is 10 at the bottom. This right here is 10 going across. So this is 10. So when I split it to make it into a right triangle, this is going to be 5 and this is going to be 5. That's where my 10 is coming from. And since this is a pentagon, I am going to take 360 divided by 5, which is 36. And so this angle right here is going to be 36. And I need to find the height. I'm going to call this H for height. So I'm going to have to do some trig. This is opposite, this is adjacent, so I'm going to do tangent. So I'm going to do tangent of 36 equals opposite over adjacent. So my height is going to be equal to 5 divided by tangent of 36. That is going to be my height times 10 divided by 2. Okay, so let me do that in my calculator. So I'm going to take 5 divided by tangent of 36. Okay, so that is the height. I'm going to times it by my base 10 and divide that by 2. And I end up with 34.41. So this right here is 34.41. That particular triangle, I have 5 of them, so I'm going to times it by 5. And I end up with 172.05. So 172.05. And I'm going to times that by the height of 3. Okay, so I'm going to times that by 3, and I get 516.14. Okay. So 516.14 feet cubed. On number 3, cylinder. So I'm going to find the area of the circle. This is 7, so this is going to be 49 pi times 10. Okay, so I'm going to take 49 pi, and I'm going to times that by 10, and I get 1,539.38 inches cubed. On 4, I need to find the area of the trapezoid, and then I'm going to times it by this height of 2. So for a trapezoid, I'm going to take my base 1 plus my base 2, 5 plus 13. I'm going to times it by this height right here of the trapezoid, okay, which is 7 divided by 2. And let's see what I get. So I'm going to take 5 plus 13 times 7. Okay, I'm going to divide it by 2, and I get 63. So the area of this trapezoid is 63. And then I'm going to times that by 2 to get the volume, which is 126. So 126 yards cubed. Okay. Number 5, this time they're giving us a diameter. Diameter. So my radius is going to be 3.5. So if I take 3.5 squared, I get 12.25. So this is going to be 12.25 times pi. Then I'm going to times that by 10. So I'm going to take 12.25 pi. I'm going to times that by 10. And I get 384.85. 384.85 millimeters cubed. Six, we're going to be finding the volume of this. This is going to be 4 by 4 up here, so that's going to be 16 times the height, which is 4. So 16 times 4 is going to be 64 centimeters cubed. On 7, we have a hexagon, okay? So this is 14, so if I draw my hexagon, one of the triangles for my hexagon, okay? This is 14, which means when I split it, it's gonna be a 7 and a 7, okay? Now, since it's a hexagon, when I take 360 divided by 6, I'm gonna get 60. So this was 60. And then when I split that in half, I'm going to get a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Okay, every time with a hexagon, that's a regular hexagon, you're going to get a 30, 60, 90. When you split your equilateral, because these are all going to be 6 equilateral here. So I know my base here is 7 for this triangle. Since this is a 30, 60, 90, this right here is going to be 7 root 3. So to find the area of this triangle, I'm going to take my base, which is 14, times 7 root 3, divide it by 2. And when I divide that by 2, I get 49 root 3, because that's going to be a 7. So I have 49 root 3 for this one triangle, and I have 6 of them. So let me put that in my calculator. So I'm going to have 49 root 3, and that's going to be times by 6. Okay, so 509. So this is 509.22. Then I'm going to times that by my height 8, and I get 4,073. Move this a little. So I get 4,073.79 millimeters cubed. On number 8, I need to find the area of this triangle. So the area of the triangle, I'm going to take 4 times 3 divided by 2. So 4 times 3 divided by 2. So that is going to give me 6. And then I'm going to times that by this height, which is 11. So I'm going to get 66 centimeters cubed. On this one, this is 14 by 4. So 14 times 4 is going to give me 56. So this has an area of 56. And I'm going to times it by 8. So when I times that by 8, I get 448 feet cubed. And that is the volume part. On the next page is going to be surface area. So on the back side, we're doing all surface area. So when I'm doing a cylinder, I'm going to find the area of the circle, which is going to be 9 pi. I'm going to have that twice. So I have 9 pi times 2 because I have top and bottom. Then the around is really a rectangle. And that rectangle is going to be 4 by the circumference. And so the circumference is going to be 2 pi r. So that's going to be 6 pi, so 24 pi. So I'm going to take 18 pi plus 24 pi. So 18 plus 24 pi. So 18 pi plus 24 pi. So I end up getting, oh, hold on a second. 42 pi. I end up getting 131.95. 131.95, and surface area square units. On number 2, I have a trapezoid. So a trapezoidal based pyramid. So let me find the trapezoid. Okay. So I am going to be taking 3 plus 11 times the height of the trapezoid, this trapezoid, which is 4, divided by 2, okay? And so I am going to be getting 14 times 4 divided by 2, which is 28. So I get 28. Now I have that twice. So I need to make sure I do 2 times 28. Then I have this bottom, which is a 44, 4 times 11. I have this top, which is 3 by 4 or 12. And then this is an isosceles trapezoid. So this is going to be 4 by this, and they're telling us this is 5.66. So I am going to take 4 times 5.66, which is 22, 22.64, and I get that twice, here and here. So let me put all that in my calculator. So 2 times 28 is 56, plus 44, plus 12, plus 2 times 22.64, and I end up with 157.28 inches squared. On 3, they gave us a diameter. So in this case, that means my radius is going to be 1.5. Okay. So when I take 1.5 squared, I get 2.25 pi. That's going to be the area of this. And I have that twice because I have the top and bottom. Okay. Then I'm going to take the area of this around, which is going to be a rectangle. Okay. And so when I take that rectangle, the height of that rectangle is 4, and the circumference is the length. And so circumference is 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. And so that would be 3 pi or 12 pi. So now I'm going to do that math. Okay, so I have 2 times 2.25 pi plus 12 pi, and I get 51.84. So this is going to be 51.84 feet squared. Okay. On 4. Okay. So on 4, we know that we have, first off, when I'm trying to figure out my the sides, I see that all of these are 14 by 8, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 of them. So I'm going to have 14 times 8. Okay, that's going to give me one of these, and I have 5 of them. So that's going to give me all the sides. I need to find the area of this pentagon. And so for the pentagon, I know I have 14 as the base. So that means this is going to be a 7. I also know that since this is a pentagon, 360 divided by 5 is 72, which means this is going to be a 36. And so when I try to find this height, I'm going to do opposite over adjacent. So it's going to be tangent of 36 equals 7 over h. So h tangent of, oops, hold on, let me just do it out here. H is going to equal 7 over tangent of 36. So for this triangle, I'm going to take the base, which is actually 14, okay, because it's a 7 and a 7, so it's 14 times this. So 14 times I'm put in 14 times parenthesis, 7 divided by tangent of 36. Close it, close it. Okay, so that divided by 2 will give me this triangle. So I did 14 times my height, 7 tan 36 divided by 2 gives me the area of one of these, and I have 5 of them. So far I get 337.21. Then I need to do, and I have that twice. I have that twice. Okay. And then I need to add onto that the 14 times 8, which is one of those rectangles, and we have 5 of them. Oops, do that. And I get 1234.43. So 1,234.43 centimeters squared. On number 5, so on this, I'm going to find the area of this triangle. So it's going to be 3 times 2, which is 6 divided by 2. So this is going to be 3, and I have that twice. Okay. Then I have 3 rectangles, and this is isosceles. So this and this side are the same. This is not. So I have one that's going to be 3 by 10 or 30. Okay, so I'm going to have a 30 as one side. Then I have 2.5 and 2.5 here by 10. So 2.5 times 10 would be 25. And I have that twice. So I'm going to have my 2 triangles, which is basically 3 plus 3 or 6. My bottom rectangle is a 30, and then I've got these 2 rectangles on either side. So that's going to be 50 when I double that, and I get 86 yards squared. On number 6, I have a hexagon here that I'm dealing with. I have 6 of these rectangles that are going to be 6 by 12. So 6 times 12 is 72. And I have 6 of those. Okay. And then for my hexagon, the one of the triangles, okay, it's going to be a equilateral when I split this into 6 equal triangles. And that's 12 going across, which means when I split it, I have 6 and 6. And again, anytime I have a hexagon, it becomes a 30, 60, 90 right triangle when I split that. So across from my 30 is 6. So across from my 60 is going to be 6 root 3. So that's going to be the height. So to find the area of one of these triangles, I'm going to take 12, which is the base, times 6 root 3. So 12 times 6 root 3 divided by 2. And that is going to be one of the triangles. And I have 6 of these. Okay. So to figure out the hexagon, I'm going to go 6 times 12 times, 6 times 12 times 6 root 3 divided by 2. So that is what one of these is. I have 2 of them. I have one on the top and one on the bottom. So I'm going to times that by 2. So that's the hexagon on top and bottom. And then my 6 rectangles, each of them 72. So I'm going to add 6 times 72. And I get 1,180.25. So 1,180 180.25 millimeters squared. Sorry, that looks like a mess. Millimeter squared. So on number 7, okay, basically I have 6 squares, and each square is going to be 4, okay, the area of 4, and I have 6 of them, so this is going to be 24 millimeters squared. On 8, this is 6 and 6, so this is a isosceles right triangle, or a 45, 45, 90. So this backside here is going to be a 6 root 2 because it's a 45, 45, 90. So when I'm trying to find the area of this triangle, either the top or the bottom, this is going to be 6 times 6 divided by 2. So 36 divided by 2 is 18. So that's 18. And this is 18. And then I have 3 rectangles going around. I have one that's 6 by 12. I have another that's 6 by 12. So 6 times 12 is 72. So I have 2 72s. I have 2 18s with the triangles. And then I have this back one. This is 12 by 6 root 2. So basically 72 root 2. 6 root 2 times 12, 72 root 2. I'm going to add all those up. So I'm going to have 2 times 72 plus 2 times 18 plus 72 square root 2. And I end up with 281.82. 281.82 yards squared. And number 9. This one, I have these two that are the same, and those are going to be 48. So I have 48 twice. This is a 12 by 8 here in the front. Okay, so 12 times 8 is 96, and I have that twice. And let's see. I also have, so I've did my 12 by 8. So I did this bottom and this top base. I did the 6 by 8 and the 6 by 8. So now I need to do this 6 by 12. 6 by 12 is going to be 72, and I have that twice. So I'm going to take 2 times 40, 48, plus 2 times 96, plus 2 times 72, and I get 432 centimeters squared. Okay.